Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 19th of July, 2021 to talk about everything that went down tonight on Monday Night Raw. And I'm just going to say it. What the hell was that episode of Raw that we saw? I mean, 4 rematches? 4 rematches of stuff we've previously seen. We didn't need Jackson Riker versus Elias again. We didn't need, at least not tonight, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. That one, okay, kind of makes sense why you would redo that one because champion wants her rematch, whatever. We didn't need Natalia and Tamina versus Shayna and Nia. We didn't, for sure, need Umberto Carrillo versus Sheamus. But this entire episode of Raw was such a head scratcher. And I've got a new saying. It's called WVD. Weird Vince Decisions. And this entire show was a weird Vince decision. Like, you have Jeff Hardy beat the NXT champion Karrion Kross in his not even technical, his Monday Night Raw debut. Keith Lee comes back after months of being gone and he gets basically squashed. What is going on here? I mean, congratulations to Nikki Ash, Nikki ASH, whatever you want to call her. That was a not bad, unexpected moment. But most of this show was just WVD. Weird Vince decision. And I don't even know what to say. So let's talk about it. Remember, guys, I was like, thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching on YouTube, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out just like Greg Bryson did with the super sticker donation. Really do appreciate that. Or you can give us a super chat donation. All super chats do get read live on the air. And you remember you can subscribe to the channel as a channel member. Channel members get early access to non-news videos, exclusive news, podcast episodes, and so much more. But remember, on the flip side, if you're watching over on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways, either by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can subscribe to the channel with either Amazon Prime, because it's free to do it that way, or with a tiered subscription. But if you already pay Jeff Bezos for Amazon Prime, why not link your Amazon account to your Twitch account and then get Twitch or Prime Gaming, which is what it's called. Once you do all that, and then you subscribe absolutely free. You can help us out, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. If you're already paying Mr. Bezos for the shipping, Amazon Prime free shipping or Amazon Prime Video, it's just $12 sitting in your pocket. I think it's 12. Yeah. Well, no, it's $5 because you pay $12 a month for the Amazon Prime. So I don't know. I'm still baffled by this Raw that was not that good. You think first Raw back in front of a crowd, they're going to go all out. And I mean, okay, cool. We got a cash in. That was nice. But the rest of this show was just another fucked up pandemic era episode of Raw. So the show opens up on the USA Network and immediately out comes John Cena. Cena came out to another great reaction from the crowd here in Dallas, which is literally... Oh, hold on. I'm going to look something up. I know how far... Hold on. I'm looking something up. I want to see how far... Because I know if you went to Money in the Bank last night in Fort Worth, you can go to the show tonight in Dallas. It's very close. Trust me. I've driven Dallas to Fort Worth plenty of times. I just want to see how far the arenas are. American Airlines Center to the Dickies Arena. That's what I thought. 45 minutes with traffic. 45 minutes with traffic from the Dickies Arena where Money in the Bank was to the American Airlines Center where Monday Night Raw was tonight. So anyways, there was a lot of, at least there was some, I can tell you for sure, there was some crossover of fans who were at Money in the Bank last night and at Raw tonight, because I saw in the crowd during different shots during Raw, at least 4, maybe 5 times, people wearing the Money in the Bank t-shirt that you would have only got if you went to Money in the Bank last night. I mean, if they had extras, they may have been selling them at the arena tonight, but I highly doubt that. But what a lot of people were wearing was the new John Cena merch. Like, I would not be shocked if whatever inventory they had there tonight at the building sold out, because there were a lot of people wearing the new John Cena shirt, the new John Cena hat, sporting them John Cena rally towels. Like, there was a lot of them. Especially coincidentally up towards the front of the stage area. Anyways, Cena came out and noticed that the fans were still getting to their seats, and he's like, "Hey, I see you guys still filing in. Well, the show's already started. Let's go." And I was just like, man, someone that can improvise this well and is allowed to improvise like this. It's been so long. It's been so long. He also said there's a young fan in the arena today celebrating his 11th birthday. And he said he missed the fans and he missed being here. He said he's always said it. The biggest WWE superstar is not any of the men and women in the back, but it is the WWE Universe, and he wants them to prove it tonight. He then, for some reason, just randomly goes, "Oh, and in case you ask, yes, I will be wearing the Peacemaker outfit to the Suicide Squad premiere." And so WWE tweets out that he said that. So Suicide Squad writer and director James Gunn literally quote tweets it and goes, basically, hold on, because I thought this was pretty damn funny. He said, James Gunn, he said, he's got to quit wearing that so much. If we get a season 2, the outfits are going to be all worn out. They're expensive. I thought that was funny. I thought that was really funny. Back to Raw. Cena said he came back last night and ruined Roman Reigns' championship celebration. He did it for the fans. He said that he's coming back and there's a match he wants against Roman Reigns in about 5 weeks at a little show called SummerSlam in Las Vegas, Nevada. He explained that, yeah, I could be coming back because I want to win a championship. I want to be history-making 17-time world champion, but that is not the reason I've come back. It's because Roman Reigns is an asshole that needs to be knocked down a peg. He said Roman Reigns is pathetic. And this experience has gone on long enough. He called Reigns arrogant, self-absorbed, overhyped, overprotected. And he said, if anybody knows about being overhyped, well, it's me. Like, that's coming from me. He said, if you're good, you tell everyone how good you were. But if you're great, the fans tell you. Cena also announced that he's planning on showing up on SmackDown, which we already knew because they announced that before the show went on the air. Cena will be live from the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, and then there'll also be other stuff from the Rolling Loud Festival in Miami. So, Cena was good here. Cena then said, all right, let's get on with the show. And out comes Riddle. And I go, oh, this could be good. This could be good. It almost seemed like, so Riddle comes down. He comes out on the scooter and goes to the top of the ramp and his pyro hits. And John Cena kind of like goes like that, like he didn't expect it for some reason. I mean, John Cena worked in an era where they didn't use a lot of pyro. He never had pyro. So the crowd starts chanting, bro, 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 bro. So Riddle gets in the ring and Cena just looks at him and goes, bro. And Riddle's like, bro. And Cena goes, bro. And Riddle goes, bro. And Cena goes, bro. And Riddle goes, bro. And then they do this whole, bro. And then Riddle chimes in, bro. And then Riddle's like trying to do it and still keep his breath, bro. And finally he's like, take a breath. That was all. It was funny. It was a cute little moment. And then Cena leaves. Cena was great. Cena, as always, absolutely great. They let us know that Bobby Lashley will be issuing a WWE title open challenge tonight. Well, it was just an open challenge. The title wasn't actually on the line. When they actually did the whole match, they never said the title was on the line, but they said it here. I don't know. And they also said Charlotte Flair will have his championship celebration. But the reason Riddle is out here is he's teaming with the Viking Raiders to take on the team of John Morrison and AJ Styles and Omos. And I go, the Viking Raiders are still going after AJ and Omos? They lost last night with the tag titles on the line. We don't need that again. So Eric and Ivar squashed Morrison on the outside as they celebrated with Riddle. Omos then launched Styles onto all of them. After a commercial break, Omos was in control of Riddle. Riddle fought off some offense by Morrison, and Styles got the tag, and Styles before he tagged in Eric. Styles and Eric had a nice little striking exchange here until Eric wiped out Styles with a running knee. At one point, Morrison and Ivar tagged in, and they had a nice little exchange here where Ivar hit a clothesline, taking him down. Ivar went for a moonsault, but Morrison moved out of the way. Morrison then went for the Starship Pain, and Ivar moved out of the way. Riddle then sprayed Omos with a drip stick, and Omos got pissed off thinking it was Miz. So he went after Miz as he slowly backed away on his wheelchair. Morrison tried to make the save for his friend, but almost chucked him back into the ring. Eric and Ivar gave Morrison a Viking experience and pinned him to pick up the victory. So, with that, it looks like we're going to get another match between AJ and Styles and Omos and the Viking Raiders. I mean, rematches. Going forward, the crowd wasn't super into the end of this match. They just weren't. And then they kind of cheered when the babyfaces were celebrating. Next up, Jackson Riker stated that he plans on doing bad things to Elias. Also, I want to say thank you to Aries Sinslayer in the YouTube chat for the subscription on YouTube with Prime, the Prime subscription. Really do appreciate that, my guy. They plugged that next year WrestleMania will be in Dallas. And they still aren't putting a number on the logo or saying a date because they still don't know if it is a 1 or a 2-night show. Since Saturday, it wasn't an America's Most Wanted shirt. It was an America's Most Moist. I can pull that shirt up. Let me see if they added that shirt to shop yet. It's a cool shirt. Let's see, John Morrison. See if we can find it. They did make a big deal about the shirt. Yep, they got it right here. Oh, I see what happened. Like, what? It won't let me show it, but it will. It will. It will. America's Most Moist. Drip stick and everything. America's Moist Wanted. I read it wrong. But yeah, that's not a shirt you buy your kids, folks. Like, I ordered my son the new John Cena shirt because, he loves John Cena. That ain't a shirt I'm ordering my kids. Just saying. And my notes just froze. Give me 1 second, guys, to refresh it. All right, there we go. Sometimes when you use Google Docs and Chrome and stuff for your notes, it freezes up. Elias was in the ring, and he got the crowd to do the walk with Elias. What does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias. If you guys don't know, he was joking around saying that backstage one day back in the day, and John Cena thought it was so funny that he's like, "You need to try that out in front of the crowd." And he's like, "Really?" And Cena's like, "Yeah, you need to try that in front of the crowd. That'll work." And ever since, it's worked with crowds when he says, "What does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias." Because, he always used to do the whole, everybody needs to walk with Elias. And then he just came up with it. Hey, it's WWE. Cena thought it was funny. Cena thought it was entertaining. And it's been a thing ever since. The return of Robert E. Lee says we need the PG era to end. I don't know what that means because even if the show is PG, you could still have really good shows. Just because the rating of the show is PG does not mean that it's going to be a bad show. It has nothing to do with the actual show. It's the writing and the decisions, those WVDs, those weird Vince decisions. So, like I said, Elias did the whole walk with Elias thing. Before he could say much more, Riker would appear on the screen and interrupt him. And he said, "Tonight's going to be the last night that anyone hears, hello, I'm Elias." Then they announced that up next is Jackson Riker versus Elias in a Symphony of Destruction match. Match went 12 and a half minutes. And if you guys don't know, Symphony of Destruction means there's a bunch of musical instruments all around the ringside area, and they can use them all to their discretion. There are musical instruments everywhere. Falls count anywhere. Riker hit Elias with a keyboard at one point. They continued fighting for a while. There was a spot where Riker tossed Elias onto a piano. He hit him with a spine buster on the piano. Elias then hit Riker twice with a big-ass cello. Got 2 off of it. And apparently, Corey Graves called it a cello or something. So, Corey calls this a bass or a cello. I can't remember which one, because it is a cello. And later on in the show, like, Byron says something to him. He's like, "You're just annoying as those fans on Twitter trying to correct me that it's a bass, not a cello," or something like that. And I go, "Oh, Corey's out here improvising on commentary." And that means he's playing on his phone while working. Anyways, I thought it was cool that he mentioned that. Like, hey, he's keeping up with what the fans are saying online, even while the show's going on. Where was I? Towards the end of the match, they were fighting in the ring until they were fighting on the top rope. Fans, right before this, were chanting, "We want tables." Then they're on the top rope. Riker looks down. There are 2 tables sitting in front of the announce desk. Riker then gives Elias, who was busted open, and I don't know how he got busted open. I did not see that part, but he gave Elias a superplex off the top rope to the floor below, through 2 tables, and then pinned him. Match went 12 and a half minutes. I think it went 11 minutes too long. Like, this match was not that good, not that entertaining. There were some cool little spots, like the spine buster on the piano. The finish was not bad at all, but it was just kind of meh there, like every other Jackson Riker Elias match. Glenn Pierce and Sonya Deville are in the back with Mansoor. were talking and saying, no, yeah, that would be a great way to get you in front of the WWE Universe when Ali would appear. And they're like, oh, we're just talking about your guys' request to be in a tag team match next week. And he's like, wait, what? Looks at Mansoor and goes, I never asked to be in a tag team match. Mansoor's like, you keep trying to teach me things. What better way to teach me things than for you to do it in the ring right by my side? And Ali's like, you know what? All right, I'll do it. But you better not mess this up. And they agreed. The team, he said, it's only for one night, and we'll see where it goes. I think Mansoor and Ali would make a great tag team. Great tag team. Sheamus would then appear. He argued with Deville and Pierce about having to, once again, take on Umberto Carrillo, which I don't blame you, bro. You've beat him how many times now? A little gnat bug keeps coming back. Deville said the Carrillo deserves a fair shot. Sheamus threatened to smash Carrillo's face, just like his face was smashed. Next up, we got Charlotte Flair come out for her championship celebration. Came out to mixed reactions, more boos than cheers, though. She said it felt good to be standing in the middle of the ring as your woman's champion. She said Rhea Ripley tried to take a page from her book, but she's the one who created the book. The crowd then starts chanting for Becky, 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 Becky. So Charlotte improvises and goes, yes, Becky, Becky. Well, Becky is at home breastfeeding while I'm here as the Raw Women's Champion. And going back to Twitter, as Becky responded a couple of different ways. First off, she changed her Twitter bio or her Twitter location to Forever in Charlotte's Head. And she sent out a tweet stating, breastfeeding at home and still the most over woman in the division. Now, I don't know if Becky was there or not. It was confirmed by her that she was at the building last night. She took a picture in front of it and posted it on social media. But I don't know if Becky was there tonight or not. We'll see if anything comes. They don't need her. They do and don't for the stories they got going. I don't know what they would do with Becky. Let's see. Because I'm trying to think, would Becky be suited to show up on SmackDown this week? No. I don't see anything from the building, like from the arena, that Becky could show up for. Maybe they have Becky come out at the Rolling Loud Festival after Bianca again defends her title against Carmella. Maybe. But I see that as something, if they're going to do something with Becky challenging Bianca for the SmackDown Women's title, that's going to be something they would do in a packed arena full of people, not at the Rolling Loud Festival where they're unsure if it would even get a reaction or not. So, let's see. Charlotte Flair is now being called an 11-time women's champion. They're no longer crediting her 2 NXT women's title reigns, which I posted that on social media. I said, they're not counting the NXT title wins anymore. And someone goes, or they never were. And I said, yeah, they were. Last year at WrestleMania, after she won the NXT Women's Championship, they were calling her a 12-time women's champion. So the win last night should have been 13. But because they're no longer counting the NXT women's title reigns, it's 11. Now, granted, no one else has ever had 11 title reigns, so it's still the record, so it doesn't really matter. So she ran down her accolades. She says, I'm a 1-time and the last Divas champion. I'm a 5-time SmackDown Women's champion and a 5-time Raw Women's champion. So I said, last night was easy. I could beat Rhea Ripley any day, anytime, anywhere. Then out would come Rhea Ripley. He said, you think you could beat me anytime? Let's do it tonight. And Charlotte goes, yeah, that's funny. I hurt you last night. Your knee is in no condition to compete. I saw you after I won this title. You were in the corner crying like a little girl. Oh, my knee, my knee. I decline your challenge. And out would come Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. Sonya said, Charlotte, congratulations on your big title win last night. However, you did just say you can beat Rhea any day of the week. And Adam Pearce goes, yeah, you did. So if Rhea's up for it, which we know she is, Knight could defend that Raw Women's Championship against her. The crowd cheered. Cheered big, actually, for that announcement. Charlotte then kicked her heel off in the face of Rhea Ripley. And I go, oh, that could have gone bad. And then she kicked the knee out on Rhea Ripley. Ripley went down, and Charlotte jumped out of the ring. They then recapped Nikki Ash winning Money in the Bank last night. Then we had tag team action. It was the women's tag team champions, Natalia and Tamina, against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Also, remember, guys, if you want to be part of tonight's show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341. It is in the live chat on both Twitch and YouTube, and scrolling periodically right down here throughout the show. As we go forward, Baszler and Jax didn't get an entrance, and the match was underway after a break. They did a lot of weird things with commercials tonight, where it was people come out, go to break, then match starts, or someone else comes out. Like the main event. They did the intros and everything for Rhea Charlotte, and then they went to commercial. Like, what the fuck? Leave Me Alone says, I don't care. Rhea deserved the rematch. I'm not saying she didn't. I mean, we've been conditioned in WWE. A champion loses their title, automatic rematch clause. Impact does it as well. So, I'm not saying she didn't deserve the rematch. That's the one rematch of the night where I go, okay, that one made sense. Go back to this women's tag title match. Or not tag title match, just tag team match. Match really didn't last long. Like, it was so short that I didn't get a time for it. And Tamina won with the pin, super kick on Shayna after some distractions and shenanigans from Reginald. After the match, Baszler seemed pissed off. But we've seen this before, where I'm over it. Reggie, you screwed us again. It's all his fault, Nia. And then like they kind of drop it where she's cool with Reggie for a little bit. It's weird. But this time, she's like, you know, it's his fault. It's me or him. And Nia looks at Reggie, and she's like, she says something to him. I don't remember exactly. But she's like, it's okay, it's okay. The crowd starts chanting for Shayna before Nia hugs Reggie and then headbutts him before leaving with Shayna Baszler. Reginald left all alone in the ring, and this crowd, what the fuck? This what the hell? Let's go, start going. Reggie sucks. Reggie sucks. Reggie sucks. And out comes Akira Tozawa, 24/7 champion, being chased by the other goobs. He jumps in the ring, and the crowd just goes, Reggie, Reggie. They go from Reggie sucks to cheering for the fucker in the matter of 30 seconds, wanting him to become the 24/7 champion. And what does he do? He becomes the 24/7 champion. This was a weird crowd reaction. It goes from Reggie sucks, Reggie sucks, Reggie sucks. All of a sudden, Reggie, Reggie. He wins the 24/7 championship, and they popped. What the hell? I didn't get this reaction at all. Then we get a graphic that says, Karrion Kross debuts tonight on Raw. And I guess they showed it in the building as well, because as it happened, the crowd popped. But no Scarlett on the graphic. That was a dumb move. I mean, there was a couple dumb moves tonight, but that's another WVD weird Vince decision. Next up, we had a 10-minute match, non-title, Sheamus versus Umberto Carrillo. They went through a break, and Sheamus was in control when they returned. Not much happened before that break. Carrillo eventually fought back after biting Sheamus's fingers and following it up with a series of kicks. Umberto got a lot of offense here. I was really unexpected. It was very unexpected. Carrillo brought Sheamus down off the top rope with a Hurricane Rana and followed it up with a suicide dive and a missile dropkick for a near fall. Carrillo then hurt his hand after punching Sheamus's face mask. Sheamus headbutted Carrillo with the same face mask, brogue kick, pinfall, there you go. They also showed Damian Priest 2 or 3 times watching in the back, but nothing came of that. But I think that's the SummerSlam match. Sheamus versus Damian Priest, and fuck, that match will be good. Sheamus versus Priest, if they go out there and say, hey, let's have a hard-hitting match, God, that will be good. Next up, out came Bobby Lashley, WWE Champion and MVP. Lashley and MVP entered the ring as Lashley said that he's going to do an open challenge. Lashley said that he did all the talking last night. All the talking was destroying Kofi Kingston. Now he's done talking. He said, tell him what's up, P. MVP seems like he's stalling here because he just rambles for a little while. He said that the fans were lucky to be in Lashley's presence. He said the Dallas fans represent the champ because they were Cowboys. He said the Dallas fans should be lucky and happy to see a champion in their ring because they're Cowboys fans and they haven't seen a winner in decades. And it worked. They booed him big time. MVP realized that Kofi Kingston was right about champ needing to get his edge back and get the fire back under him. The crowd kind of tried to do a what champ, but it didn't really catch on. MVP said that Lashley was vulnerable a couple of weeks ago, but that window has closed and no one is able to take down this champion. No more women, no more champagne, no more fun, no more games to distract the champ. He said, no more bullshit. Tonight, we get to witness the most dominant champion in history. Lashley grabbed the mic and said, all right, who's accepting this open challenge? And they stood there for a minute, Then we hear this music. I'm not sure what it is. Lights go green, and I go, oh, crap. Lights are, no way it is. All of a sudden, camera cuts. You see the entrance. You see the graphics on the screen, and it's Keith Lee. Yes, Keith Lee has made his return to Monday Night Raw. Keith Lee enters the ring. He and Lashley stare it down for a moment before the show goes to break. For some reason, Graves said it was a title match, but the graphic said it wasn't. And when they said, the announcer said his thing, they didn't say title match. So I don't know if it was a title match or not. But then when they came back, Graves clarified this is a championship contender match to where if Keith Lee were to win, he would get a title shot. Meaning non-title, but could get a title shot. Jimmy Smith then said the crowd. Jimmy Smith then acknowledged the crowd by. Jimmy Smith then acknowledged the crowd that was chanting "Welcome back" for Keith Lee. Match went about 6 minutes, or just shy of 6 minutes. Lee shined early by driving Lashley repeatedly into the corner and knocking him down with a running crossbody. Lee went for a spirit bomb, but Lashley countered into a flatliner. Lashley tried hoisting Lee on his shoulders and outside, but he couldn't get Keith Lee up. Keith Lee then pushed him into the turnbuckle and then squashed him against the turnbuckle on the outside. Lee then shoved Lashley back into the ring. Lashley tried to apply the hurt lock, but Lee was once again too big. Before Lee could do anything, though, Lashley gave him a spine buster and followed this up with a spear to just pin Keith Lee in the middle of the ring. What the fuck? This guy's been gone since February. Comes back to a great reaction. The fans have wanted to see him for months, and they just beat him. And not just like there was a distraction or Bobby cheated. No, he speared him and got a decisive victory. Are you fucking kidding me? Bobby climbs to the top rope, middle rope, and he celebrates. He does his thing. And MVP's like, yeah, the champ. Wow, yeah, the champ. And then we hear it. And out comes Goldberg. Bill Goldberg makes his way down to the ring. Crowd cheered loudly for Goldberg. We got the Goldberg. Goldberg comes down, makes his way into the ring, gets in Lashley's face and just yells, "I'm next!" Lashley's heated. Lashley sold this well. Heated. Like, I'm going to fuck this guy up right now. And MVP's like, back it up, champ. Back it up. Not now. Think of the money. Think of the money. And so MVP's basically going, dude, if we do this properly, you can make a lot of money off this match. Because MVP, I mean, I loved that. Like, I'm taking this for what I thought the line meant. But MVP yelling, think of the money. Hold up. No, back, not right now. Think of the money. I perceive that as MVP, the businessman, going, hey, if we get this match at like SummerSlam, we can make bank. The crowd's still chanting for Goldberg. MVP gets him out, gets Lashley out of the ring, and the show goes to the commercial. Come back. MVP and Lashley are walking down the backstage area, I guess you can call it. And MVP's like, don't worry about this. It's all good. We're all business. We can take care of business. And Kevin Patrick just bum rushes them and goes, Lashley, can I get your thoughts on Bill Goldberg tonight? MVP said Goldberg disrespected the champ, and they didn't plan on responding. So next up, out came Jinder Mahal. Mahal announced that today is his birthday. Even better than that, he said Drew is not Mr. Money in the Bank. Mahal recapped his recent events with Drew McIntyre. Mahal then handed the mic to Shanky, where he literally sang, Happy birthday, the Maharaja. Happy birthday, the Maharaja. And so he's soaking it in. They're trying to get the crowd to sing happy birthday or whatever. And they're booing vigorously. Or Drew McIntyre would enter the ring and attack with a steel chair. He hit Mahal. He hit Veer. Veer then helped Mahal out of the ring. So McIntyre was left with Shanky. And he hit him about 10 times with that chair. Crowd then chants, one more time. One more time. But the chair was busted. So McIntyre got a new one and hit Shanky like 20 more times with the chair. Crowd was gleeful as they counted along. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then got a hype video stating that Doomsday is coming, referring to Karrion Kross. And I guess we got to talk about what happened here in 1 minute and 42 seconds. Karrion Kross comes out wearing the NXT title, sans Scarlet, no cool entrance. It's just what we saw on MVP. Him by himself, his music plays, and he just walks down to the ring. Jeff Hardy comes out, and they played No More Words. This crowd loved it. Jeff loved it. You can see Jeff's walking down to the ring. He's like, riding on the wall. And so Kross suplexes Hardy around for a little bit. I mean, as little as you could say a little bit. Before getting caught with the twist of fate. Kross dodged the Swanton bomb, but Hardy stacked him up and pinned him with his feet on the ropes for the pinfall win. Hardy picks up the surprise win. Kross is stunned. Is fucking Jeff Hardy a heel? Babyface ain't gonna put his feet on the ropes for the leverage. What the fuck? Kevin Patrick asked Kross about losing his Raw debut. Kross said Hardy just made the biggest mistake of his life. Because in the end, everybody will fall and pray. So is this just supposed to be, we beat him so he's pissed? And so he can now be this pissed off monster? It makes no sense. And also, for some reason, Kross came out and this crowd did not give two flying fucks. This crowd did not care when Karrion Kross's music hit and he made his way down to the ring. I don't know what's going on here. You also know what else I don't know? Why are we doing Alexa and Eva Marie? Like, what's that going to lead to? Eva ain't going to... This is bad. This was the dirt worst kind of deal. Bliss spoke to Lily for a moment until Eva and Doudrop busted in. Bliss ignored Marie, but was again happy to see Doudrop, despite Doudrop attacking her last week. Bliss warned them that it was not a good idea to say anything bad about Lily. You know, Lily's back. She's out of timeout. Bliss also didn't want to put her in timeout again. Eva Marie said she was annoyed. What was that beret thing even Rhea was wearing. It was like, what the hell? That looked weird. Bliss wanted to see what Marie could do without any help. Marie decided to leave, and then she tripped herself. She literally walked almost in slow-mo to take 2 steps. Then she lifted up her right leg, wrapped her toes around the heel of her left leg, and then tripped herself and fell down. Like, this is bad. And for some reason, well, I guess Alexa tried to play up there was something invisible in her way, because Alexa goes, oh, yeah, I'd never seen that there before. Like, what? Like, her and Lily caused it by placing some invisible thing in the way? I don't get it at all. Bliss laughed, and I was glad that it was over. Then they announced a rematch for next week. AJ Styles and Omos defending the tag team titles against the Viking Raiders next week. Then we move on to our main event. It was the Raw Women's Championship on the line. Rhea Ripley challenging Charlotte Flair. Ripley was doing fine until Charlotte started attacking the knee. Charlotte chop blocked Ripley, and the referee tried to stop her. She's like, hey, I got to check her. She might be hurt. Charlotte, back it up. Charlotte, back it up. He had to tell her like 2 or 3 times. Checking on Rhea, and we go to commercial. And come back, Charlotte was working over Ripley's knee. Ripley fought back and hit a back suplex. They traded right hands until Ripley hit a series of short arm clotheslines and a Northern Lights suplex while selling the leg for a 2. Charlotte came back with a big boot, though. Charlotte tried a moonsault, but Ripley got her knees up. Looked kind of weird. Ripley then applied a figure 4, but Charlotte reversed it. Ripley then hit a thrust kick and a riptide. Then Charlotte would go and get herself disqualified. Uh-oh. Give me a second. My notes froze again. I hate when this happens. So, where was I? Okay, here we go. Charlotte is quick to reverse the pressure off of that figure 4, like I stated. Rhea hit the riptide for a near fall when Charlotte got her foot on the bottom rope to break it. Charlotte then took her title and just leaves before Rhea gives chase. So Charlotte hits her with the belt on the outside and gets herself disqualified. Charlotte Flair Rhea Ripley technically victorious, but because she won by DQ, she doesn't win the belt. Then Ripley goes on the attack. Ripley attacked Charlotte and gave her a riptide on the outside of the ring. This is when the music of Nikki ASH would hit, and she sprinted down to the ring and told the referee, I'm cashing in. Nikki went to the top and hit a flying crossbody as soon as Charlotte got to her feet. She then pinned the Raw Women's Champion to become the new Raw Women's Champion as this crowd popped for the cash-in. Yes, Nikki ASH is the new Raw Women's Champion, and I'm going to say it right now, Vince loves this. The whole Nikki Cross superhero thing on a multitude of levels. He likes it because he thought it was cool that, like, what I was told was Vince liked that she had the initiative to create something and pitch it. Vince also likes that there's multiple merchandising options here. Vince also likes that this is going to be something that the kids are going to love, and then kids are going to want the merch, and kids are going to want to interact with her. And also, when they do community outreach things and be a star and all that kind of things, she would be a great spokesperson for all of that. The superhero, do good kind of stuff. So, yeah. Vince likes the Nikki Ash stuff. He thinks there's a lot of potential with it on a multitude of different routes. But with that, Nikki Ash is the Raw Women's Champion. And I wanted to read this tweet here from her husband. Her husband, Big Damo, Killian Dane. He sent out, I'm going to pull it up right here. Let's pull the whole tweet up. Sent out this right after Raw. It states, It wasn't working. But you didn't cry. Didn't get salty online. Didn't hate on your peers' success. Instead, you worked crazy hard in the gym. And you worked crazy hard in the ring. You went above and beyond to get this pitch right. And you nailed it. You finished this day a WWE champion. I love that. I love that. And now, like he said, she is a champion. But with that, guys, that was Monday Night Raw. With that, now I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys thought of tonight's show. We do have a super chat donation from Jonathan Hill. He says, Captain Nikki, which I don't know why he keeps saying Captain Nikki. It's the first time he said that. I don't get it, but whatever. Is now Raw Women's Champion. People need to calm down about Cross losing. Losing when? Losing where? Losing what? I don't get that line. But anyways, Nikki Cross, new Raw Women's Champion. As far as what you guys thought of the show, remember, you could text your thoughts 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341. We're going to check the polls first. As far as the Twitch poll does go, 80% of you liked Raw, 10% didn't, and 10% thought it was just all right. As far as the YouTube poll does go, 61% of you on YouTube liked the show, 26 thought it was just all right, and 13 did not like it. As far as text messages go, dang, we got a lot. Dang, we got a lot. All right, let's start here. Do you see Umberto Carrillo winning his first championship in WWE sooner or later? I don't think he ever wins a championship, to be honest. Or says, happy to see. Let me do something here. This person says, happy to see Nikki Ash win tonight. Hold on. There we go. Now I can read it better. For some reason it was really small. Happy to see Nikki Ash win tonight. And did you notice that WWE put a lot of fake crowd noise for the Tamina Natalia? There was some sweetening of the crowd. Yes, they did pipe in crowd noise tonight. I will say that. They did pipe in crowd noise on a number of different things, like when Jackson Riker won. Where it says, I like Raw now. Nikki Ash cash. Nikki ASH cash in money in Bangkok. What? Okay. If you can't write properly and I can't read it, I'm just not going to continue. It says, do you think John Cena versus Roman Reigns is one and done at SummerSlam, or maybe another match or program for John? It's one and done, because as soon as John Cena is done with SummerSlam, he got to go to Europe and film a movie. It says, you see Naomi joining the Bloodline. She's on SmackDown now. I think that'd be great. Naomi becomes the heel, takes that title from Bianca, then they're all then they're even more gold than the Bloodline. Oh, that'd be great. Yes, I think she should become a heel, join the Bloodline, and take the title from Bianca. Where it says, with Nikki ASH, with Nikki ASH's succession of cashing in on Charlotte. Oh, I think it's supposed to just say success, but it says succession for some reason. For the Raw Women's Championship tonight, could we see her defended against her, Rhea Ripley, and possibly Becky Lynch in a Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam? Well, why? Why would you need to add Becky at all? Like, I can see it just being Nikki and Charlotte. I can see the logic on why you would go add Rhea, make it a triple threat. But why add Becky? For absolutely what reason? No reason. No, not Becky. Says, what do you think the plans for Keith Lee now? I have no fucking clue, because I didn't even know he was coming back tonight. I had no idea. It says, no more words is backfire. It says, Raw's the A show. Agree or disagree? Disagree. SmackDown's the A show, because SmackDown's on cable on network television, and that's the more of the priority. It says, do you think Nikki Cross was just for the pop and she will be a transitional champion? Possibly. Very possible. I mean, I can tell you right now, as of this morning, that cash-in was not in the plans. There was a lot of rewrites this afternoon of the show. And as of this morning, coming out of last night's Money in the Bank and this morning, the plan was not for Nikki to cash in tonight. It says, I heard Charlotte Flair lost her title tonight because she gave the middle finger to the crowd at Money in the Bank. She's getting punted. Okay, I don't know where you heard that. I have absolutely no idea where you heard that because I didn't hear that. Can you source it? It says, I hope Survivor Series this year it's Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley versus Cross. They're not going to do that because A, Cross won't have that title by then if he's on the main roster. And B, NXT's not going to be involved. If they weren't involved last year, they're not going to be involved this year. And the person says, this is now the third time that Charlotte's been cashed in on. Very true. Very true. And finally, this last text message says, Raw was a better show this week, definitely better than last week. Why did John Cena come for Raw when Roman is on SmackDown? Also, will Becky wrestle at SummerSlam? I don't know the plan for Becky, but the only reason Cena was on tonight was just to capitalize on the reaction from last night. They knew Cena was going to get a good reaction last night, and they didn't want people to have to wait a week or 5 days. They said, John Cena's going to be at Money in the Bank, and boom, he's going to be on Raw the next day. Like, that was always the plan because they knew they wanted to capitalize on all of that. So we'll see what goes from there, but that was Monday Night Raw. I want to say thank you guys for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Remember to follow us on social media, Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Instagram by searching for Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and follow us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter @PW Unlimited. So with that, guys, have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll be back right here tomorrow for NXT. Remember, NXT Women's title's on the line tomorrow when Raquel Gonzalez defends against Xia Li. So with that, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you next time.